Brush fire burning right now in Highland Park.
Oh, Desmond Shaw live overhead in Sky 9 to tell us more now. Desmond.
Yeah, Susie and Jeff, this spread really quickly and with no wind, but it's right along this hillside here. I'll put up our map tracker and show you where we're talking about. Off of the 110, it's off of Avenue 64, Arroyo Drive. You see Monterey Road there behind that right now. And LA City Fire leaving nothing to chance. We hear there may be as many as 3 water-dropping helicopters that are coming to this. We just witnessed one drop some water in this area right now. You can see some pretty big flames, but you can also see, fortunately, there's really no wind tonight. That smoke isn't, wafting in any particular direction. So that's the only good news. But there are some apartments nearby. In fact, right up here, and I believe I heard that LA City Fire and the police department, LAPD, are going to be coming up here and probably telling people that they need to get out right now, because even though there's no wind, we know that fire moves so effectively uphill, and they're right there at the top of the slope. So a pretty tenuous situation right now with this fire, Jeff and Susie.
Yeah, this is breaking news here on KCAL 9 this Friday night, the Friday before the 4th of July. We don't know a source of this fire, but obviously that's one of the concerns that people have, especially fire departments and city leaders, is that these fireworks could start these brush fires. We're not saying that that is the source, but I was out and about earlier tonight, Susie. I heard firecrackers going off. So that is certainly not outside of the realm of possibility here.
Absolutely. And Desmond, are we talking about the freeway shut down, at least partially?
Yeah, let me zoom out and show you here. No, it looks like the northbound 110. Well, here it, no, never mind. That's something else. That's one of those tiny home villages. I thought it was headlights coming at me. No, the freeway is open. I believe they were talking about shutting down the Avenue 60 on and off ramps here just to give the fire department some space. You know how tight those on and off ramps here are along the 110. So you see the big response here by LA City Fire. And hopefully, with 3 water-dropping helicopters, they will be able to get this knocked down. And, Jeff, I got to echo that sentiment over at the airport. Well, the fireworks are already beginning. It seems like it gets earlier every single year. So definitely fair to suspect that. Yeah,
for sure. And it is the 4th of July weekend. And as I mentioned, I heard some popping and some fireworks going off. So that certainly is a situation that we're facing. So is this a water-dropping helicopter here, Des?
Yeah, it looks like it here. I think he's probably going to be getting set up for a run right here. We already witnessed one of those water drops, but the fact that they're talking about dispatching 3 of them really shows you just that they don't take anything lightly. I mean, we are in a pretty populated area, so we're going to watch him come up over the top, and now it looks like he's descending, and there you go. A lot of water going down right there, and you can see actually kind of dropping it ahead of the fire to try to head it off from going any farther up the hill towards those apartment complexes.
Now, I wonder if we can bring in meteorologist Evelyn Taft right now just to talk about the wind situation out there. I know that Desmond had just talked about it for a second there, saying that it is minimal. What do you see on your maps, Evelyn?
Yeah, Susie, it's a great question because, of course, there are 3 things that really push a fire, and wind is one of them, of course. Very warm temperatures, and on top of that, relative humidity. So we've been seeing some wind today, but below advisory levels. In Highland Park currently, I am getting a look at the forecast, and we got a little bit of cloud cover. Humidity's at 84%, so that's good news. Wind, we're looking at wind gusts at 9 miles per hour, and it's a southwesterly wind that's coming in at 7 miles per hour. Southwest means it's originating from the coast. From really, it's that marine air that's coming in, so it's not warm and dry, it's cooler. So we've got that working in our favor. We've got high humidity, but of course, looks like we've already covered some terrain here, and we're going to continue to monitor the forecast as we move through the next little bit here. But we are out of elevated fire danger territory. That is the silver lining.
Good news.
That is good news. Certainly a lot of fuel there to burn. This is going to be breaking news here on KCAL 9 in Highland Park. We have a brush fire that's happening in the 110 Avenue 64 and Arroyo Drive area. Desmond Shaw's overhead in Sky 9. So Des, what would this look like during the day? Give us the lay of the land. Is this a kind of a green space area next to the highway?
Well, it will be green for, a few months during the springtime. Definitely brown right now. I can show you here with our topography. This will show you exactly. Here's the satellite view from our map tracker, and you can see the 110 right there to the right and just how steep that hillside is. And, well, it doesn't look like our map tracker recognizes the homes that are pretty close to the top of the hillside. You know, they may actually just be on the other side of the hill. Right along that hiking trail here, I'll zoom in, you might see a little bit of a flashlight. I think these are just people that are coming up to take a look at this. I don't believe that's fire department or LAPD. I think there's two people there with flashlights who maybe just coming to get a a rather ill-advised close look at this fire right now. But you saw the topography, how steep it is. Definitely some dry brush. Evelyn mentioned the relative humidity being very high. That's good. Also, fortunate that we don't have those really strong winds. But regardless, you have dry brush, and this kind of topography is enough for a fire to spread pretty effectively.
That's true. Speaking of that topography, we always see fires that burn uphill, and that is the pattern that we don't want to see, certainly because we know that flames can move so rapidly uphill. And Desmond was just talking about the homes or the residents or the apartments that are just on the other side of that hill. So certainly firefighters, we understand, might be at some point, or the LAPD going door to door there to possibly tell those residents to evacuate. We believe that is happening right now, though we have not heard of any mandatory evacuations nor voluntary evacuations happening or confirmed at this point.
On the left-hand part of your screen is going to be a live look at that fire burning right now in Highland Park. We do not know the cause of that fire. We do know fire crews are there on the scene, 3 helicopters as well, dropping water as soon as they can get on that fire. On the right-hand part of your screen is going to show you just the map of where this is happening in Highland Park, the 110 Avenue 64 and Arroyo Drive area. Desmond Shaw's overhead in Sky 9 with the latest look. And Des, I'm starting to see just that line of fire there, and then that fireball that was to the left that's been tamped down at least a little bit by that one helicopter drop.
Yes, I would concur. That they may even, beginning to kind of start to hopefully get the upper hand on this. It may just take a couple of water drops. Here comes another one here, having to go. Not exactly sure where they're dipping in to get this water right now, but definitely, a reservoir nearby Los Angeles. We have, there's places where LA City Fire has stations set up all over the place where helicopters can land and get filled up with water really quickly. And the city ships, I believe that these are the LA City Fire ships, can hold about 500 gallons of water. So, times 3, 1,500 gallons of water. It's a pretty good amount there. So we are already perhaps seeing the forward progress, not really seeing it creep uphill too much. The last drop that we saw that most of the water was dropped just above the fire, probably to try to prevent this. Our assignment desk telling us they're actually getting water from a reservoir in Montecito Heights, so very, very close to this area.
Now, that's certainly good news. It looks like firefighters are getting the upper hand, as Desmond was just talking about. But you can see him showing us this shot right here with firefighters there right below the flames there, next to parallel to the 110 freeway, which we saw the traffic slowing down and creeping a little bit as this fire, I'm sure, is drawing some attention for drivers along that freeway. But so far, no closures have been mentioned. And again, no evacuations ordered at this time as far as we know.
Thankfully, this is happening at 10 o'clock at night when fires tend to kind of tamp down because of the moisture, and at night the winds die down a little bit. Can you imagine if this was, noon, 11, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? I mean, that's the hottest part of the day. That might have been a real dangerous situation. We don't know how this started, but you can imagine with all the fireworks going off. I've heard a number of them here in Studio City at our home base. And obviously a lot of warnings tonight from the firefighters and city leaders to say to keep those personal fireworks away. Obviously go to those big major displays that they're having. America Fest is coming up, obviously, on 4th of July. Stay to those instead of those illegal fireworks that you might have at home, because you could start a fire just like this.
It's true, and we don't know what the cause of this fire is tonight, but certainly firefighters are definitely going to be concerned about that, because already I'm sure they've been having their meetings and talking about, what kind of weekend it's going to be, as it always is, as we watch another helicopter do a water drop right there at the top of the fire.
Boy, that was a great shot, wasn't it?
Exactly, right.
Boy, Des, comment on that. He almost took out the whole line there, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, half of that line that was creeping up the hill. I mean, you know, we really have some of the best firefighters in the world here in Southern California between LA City Fire and LA County Fire, and you see it right there, especially the aerial work. It's, you know, amazing to think. First of all, they were coming up and we're hearing them how they have to dodge some of these high tension power lines. Here's some of them here, but I believe there's some a little farther up the hill, so they come up over there and kind of do a U-turn and then descend, and then even with all that, able to make that kind of, you know, perfect drop bullseye right there. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, maybe just a few more of those, and hopefully, you know, we'll be through the worst of this.
We do want to bring up that map, if you could, once again, Des, just to kind of give us the lay of the land of what it looks like during the day and kind of give us the viewpoint, if you will, and also to the streets there we see as well. We know there are some areas of homes up to the left, and you see the 110 down below Royal Drive there. You kind of get a little bit of the lay of the land here, Susie.
That's right.
So, Des, tell us a little bit more about what you're seeing.
Yeah, here I can bring it up for folks that are just tuning in. Again, our satellite view here along the Arroyo Seco. You see the channel and the freeway, and this is the hillside that we're talking about right here. So actually, it looks like, you know, the apartments maybe just a little deceptive. It looks like the apartments are actually a little bit behind that hillside. So that's certainly some good news. We have to stay right here just because, believe it or not, the Dodger game flight restrictions, even though the game just ended, we're restricted to this side of the freeway at the moment. But you can see here, really, they're going to be coming in with yet another water drop here, and that last one was just so effective, nearly, you know, mostly drowned out that line of fire there that was to the south. So making some really fantastic progress, but you can see why they're taking it so seriously. When I show you this kind of steep, brushy hillside, even without any wind, they can't leave anything to chance, and you know, they really bring out the big guns for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, as we watch this tonight, we're talking about the 4th of July holiday weekend, and of course, firefighters on alert for the holiday only because there are so many illegal fireworks going off, not only in the city of LA, but across Southern California, as we watch every single year, not only from our Sky 9, but our cameras on the ground as well. And we have seen so many fires started as a result of illegal fireworks. And we don't know what the cause of this fire is tonight, but certainly firefighters are going to be thinking of that, obviously, as a possible cause. Yeah,
I thought maybe we'd see a helicopter drop once again, maybe finally snuff this fire out. I bet that's all that would take. Don't know. We did see a helicopter. It doesn't look like it's a water dropping helicopter, though. So we'll continue to follow the story here on KCAL 9 of a brush fire in Highland Park. We'll take a short break and come right back with Ellen Tass forecast.